Subscribe to the channel and don't forget to like and comment. I didn't sleep that night. I sat on the edge of my bed, watching the doll on the pillow like it might move, like it might blink. That lullaby. I hadn't heard it since the night Juliette died, or the night they told me she died. I stared at the wall where the crayon message had been written. It was gone now, wiped clean, no trace of red, like it never happened. But the doll was still there. I took it to a friend of mine, Julian. Works in private security now, former cyber crimes unit, owes me a favor or two. I asked him to analyze the doll. Fibers, fingerprints, anything. He raised an eyebrow but said he'd run it. Then he looked at me and asked the question I'd been avoiding. Elias, what are you really trying to find? I didn't answer, because I wasn't sure anymore. That afternoon, I got another message. No number, just a push notification. It bypassed my phone's security protocols completely. One word, run. Attached to it, a live GPS link. It was tracking someone, and the name on the file was Claire. The girl I rescued. The signal was moving fast, out of the city, toward an abandoned stretch of highway in the north. I followed. By the time I arrived, it was nearly dusk. The location was a remote, fog-covered rest stop. Half of it collapsed, the rest fenced off with rusted wire. There was a car parked outside, hers. The engine was still warm. Inside, her phone smashed, her keys still in the ignition, and on the dashboard taped to the wheel, a new Polaroid. It showed her, hands bound, mouth taped. Behind her was a wall of mirrors, and painted across the glass in thick black paint. Let's see how deep your reflection goes. The mirrors told me everything. It wasn't about Claire, it was about me. This killer, the Midnight Man, he didn't want revenge. He wanted something deeper. He wanted my identity to fall apart. I found footprints in the dirt leading toward a trail behind the rest stop. I followed them. It led to an underground access tunnel, a drainage system, probably part of an old military line. The walls were narrow, tight. I kept one hand on my flashlight, the other on my gun. 10 steps in, the smell changed. Blood, old, dry, and something else, burned hair. Further down, I found the mirrors. Dozens of them, set up like a hallway, each reflecting my face from a different angle. But in each one, I wasn't alone. Behind me, in every reflection, was a shadow. Tall, still. I turned. Nothing. But the reflections stayed the same. Then I found the chair. And Claire, unconscious, head tilted forward, arms duct taped to the metal frame. Next to her, another chair, empty, with my name written across the back. There was a speaker mounted on the wall. It crackled to life, and his voice returned. Calm, measured, familiar. I gave you a choice once, Elias, and you chose wrong. Now you'll both sit in the dark, or you'll admit the truth. The lights above flickered, and then went out. I reached for Claire, but something grabbed me first. A needle in my neck, burning. I hit the ground. The last thing I saw before blacking out was my own reflection, smiling back at me. Subscribe to get the next episode.